Hello friends, good morning, welcome to LeggLife, and welcome back to Seattle, Washington. You guys, today is my last day here in Seattle. I actually fly home to Anchorage, Alaska tonight, but I have most of the day here, so I want to take advantage of it because I'm looking out of the window of my hotel and I see blue sky. Not always the case here in Seattle, but when it happens, you got to take advantage of it. So I'm going to get out, do a little bit of exploring, enjoy more of one of my very favorite cities, and I'm going to bring you guys along for whatever I figure out to do today. Just stepped out of the hotel. My goodness, what a beautiful day. Another beautiful day here in Seattle. Don't really know where I want to go, but I'm just going to start walking that way. I definitely want to find coffee. I definitely eventually want to find food. And if you remember my debacle from yesterday, I definitely want to find donuts. But I actually have an idea of where I might want to get those today. I definitely see my first stop of the day, one of my favorite Seattle coffee companies, Storyville Coffee. All right, I got my drink. I got a cold brew latte. I normally go to the Storyville location by Pike Place Market, like right across from the market there. But this was on my way, and they have a little outdoor seating area so I can sit out here in the sunshine, drink my coffee. How could this be better? Coffee's finished, back out walking. I think I'm heading to Pike Place Market. Obviously, I've been to the market lots and lots of times, but there's actually something very specific I want from the market today. This is exactly why I wanted to come to the market, the amazing mini donuts. This is one of my favorite places in all of the market. It's a must stop every time I'm in Seattle. Tell me, have you ever seen anything more beautiful in all of your life? I guarantee the answer is no. All right, first donut I'm pulling out is a mini maple bacon. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And the smell of the mini donuts when you enter the market is always so good. This is exactly what I was wanting. You can see the kind of main entrance to the market, the famous public market sign right up there. And then if you're wondering where the gum wall is, if you see this path that goes down there, the gum wall is literally right around the corner. So if you're coming to the market, here's kind of the main entrance area. Just go down this little alley. You'll find the gum wall. But definitely stop and get donuts first. All right, donuts are done. Now to explore the rest of the market. You know, I've been to Pike Place dozens of times, and I never get tired of it. I love the market. And after the throwing flying fish, I feel like the flower is probably the thing most famous here at the market. I always love seeing the bouquets they have here. All right, I am leaving the market. If you remember in the last vlog, I kind of pointed out this new park area that I had not yet explored and said I wanted to come back. Well, I'm gonna go check that out since I'm down here. But you know what? I'm gonna make a stop first because all I've had to eat today is donuts and coffee. I love biscuits. So let's go try Honest Biscuits. I've never tried it before. I don't think I've ever heard of it before. I got a biscuit sandwich, and I gotta say their biscuits right back over there look really good. I am hopeful. I've been to a couple of the other bigger biscuit places here in Seattle, so we'll see how this stacks up. Oh my goodness. Biscuit, eggs, tomato, cheese, sausage. Here's the thing though. How the heck am I supposed to eat that? All right, so here's my review. It's okay. Honestly, I've had lots of better biscuits here in Seattle. I think it's like Seattle Biscuit Company. Biscuit, we'll just say B is my favorite. Biscuit, I feel like is not salty enough. Super hard to eat. And it's just like, it's all right. In a city with really great food, I would not come back here. So basically, Waterfront Park used to be the Alaskan Way Viaduct. It was like an elevated highway that kind of cut through between the waterfront and the downtown market area. So what they did is like reclaimed all this land when they took down the viaduct, and they turned it into this really cool ramp, walkway, just kind of big open area. So if you are down at the waterfront, whether you're at the aquarium, whether you're like going to the Great Wheel or like one of the day cruises I did yesterday, and you want to get up to the market, this is a great new open way to do it. You can see lots of great seating area, lots of views of the waterfront area, and the market is right back up there. This is cool. Good job, Seattle. Here's a good view of the Seattle Aquarium right here. Sherri and I went there years ago. I think that they actually just went through a pretty major remodel. I love aquariums. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go to the aquarium. I've got time to kill. I love aquariums. Let's go check out the Seattle Aquarium. Now, there are different ways to get down. There is a public elevator, as you can see right there. I think there is like a long ramp. I am choosing the stairs. Full confession though, that would not be the case if I was going up. It would be elevator or ramp. Here we are, Pier 59, Seattle Aquarium. I have no idea how much it is to get a ticket. I think you can just get a ticket and walk in. I guess we'll see soon. All right, so this is the walk-up ticket line for the aquarium. It's kind of long, but seems to be moving fast-ish. All right, so I actually just went on the Seattle Aquarium website and bought my ticket so that I can skip this whole line. And I'm just gonna go over here to where I already have a ticket and go in. Okay, that saved so much time. They had an opening for 1 o'clock. It is currently 12:59. So I bought my ticket, skipped the line, and am able to come right in. So as soon as you walk in, the first thing you come to is one of these underwater viewing areas. I'm so excited. I'm glad I did this today. This is kind of cool. It's a crashing wave pond. So you can kind of see what waves do to the life under the water. That's kind of fun. Oh man, they've got touch tanks. If you've watched any of our past vlogs from the Alaska Sea Life Center, you will know I love touch tanks. They have more than just like a marine life here. They also have, it's kind of cool, Dale Chihuly. Some of the blown glass. Obviously the Chihuly Glass Museum is one of the most popular things to do here in Seattle, and they have some of this glass here at the aquarium. It's kind of cool because this is actually right next to the jellies we're gonna go look at next. Look at how neat this jelly tank is. Like goes all the way, and so you like can walk through. We have the giant octopus right there. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that duck is in its natural habitat. Just stepped outside, looks like to the left are harbor seals, fur seals, and sea otters. So we're going that way next. It's really cool how part of the aquarium comes like outside. It just feels like you're on the Seattle waterfront. I mean, there's a cruise ship, there's more of the aquarium building, but now we're coming over here to check this stuff out. Now look at how cool this is. Completely underwater, surrounded 360 degrees by fish swimming by, even fish directly on top of us. This is cool. We found the river otters. It's a northern fur seal. I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of sleeping right up top there. And then over here, they have this cool exhibit that kind of shows the size of the different animals. You can see the harbor seal, sea otter, North American river otter, and then the northern fur seal. And as with any good business, it ends in a gift shop. Oh my gosh, can you imagine me getting on my flight home with a giant plush shark as my carry-on? All right, that's a really cool shirt of the otters holding hands. I feel like if Sherri was here, she would get that. All right, but this design wins. The pink Pony Club shirt with the seahorse. That's actually amazing. All right, and I think I got turned around because I'm back to where I started, but there's no exit here. So I think I've got to go back this way and figure out how to get out of the aquarium. You guys, I made it out. That was fun. I'm glad I came to the aquarium. It was, I don't remember, $45, $50, something like that. Was it worth it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I definitely think so. I like the aquarium, but I'm an aquarium guy. I think like if you're a person who loves aquariums, for sure worth it. If you're not an aquarium person, there's so much other stuff to do. Like the Seattle Great Wheel. It's a cool playground they built right here on the waterfront. You know, I've also never done Wings Over Washington. For those of you who are Disney fans, I've heard that this is kind of the same setup as Soarin', which is one of my favorite Disney rides, so I'm surprised I've never done it. Maybe next time. The carousel here on the pier. Classic. I love that they have a bunch of old, just kind of like, almost like boardwalk style arcade games. And here we have the Rat Pack, because why not? I think I'm gonna take a couple minutes, check out Pioneer Square Habitat Beach. Look how cool this is. Right in the middle of the city, a little waterfront beach oasis. I love it. Look, there's the skyline right there. And then this little beach. There's an interesting situation happening here on this beach that I just relate to so much. It is the therapeutic nature of just simply throwing rocks in the water. I can't explain it, but like, it's so fun to see like kids, adults, just sitting there throwing rocks in water. It makes no sense, but just like somehow that always makes me feel better. Okay, after my biscuit debacle earlier, I needed to redeem myself because Seattle's such a good food city. And this might not be classified as a food group, but I think it should be. So I came to Molly Moon's, an amazing local ice cream place, and I got their blackberry ice cream. It's one of their seasonal flavors, and blackberry is one of my favorites. Come on, donuts and ice cream in one day. What's not to love about that? And here's the Molly Moon location I went to. You can see quite a line. There was not that big of a line when I went through. Some of the streets in Seattle I just love. This is Occidental Avenue. Look at how cool it is with all the trees. You all have seen this next place in, I think, all of the Seattle vlogs recently. But here's the thing, I only have a couple of hours left until I'm gonna meet a friend, and then my trip's gonna start winding down. It's been a really relaxing and renewing trip, and I wanna end it in a relaxing space. And for me, Waterfall Garden Park is one of those spaces here in Seattle. This has just become one of my favorite places in all of Seattle. This little waterfall oasis right in the middle of downtown. All right, you guys, I've been here for probably 20 or 30 minutes, just sitting here and staring. But I think I'm gonna start making my way back to my hotel. I've made it back to the Arctic Club, the hotel I've been staying at, that I've absolutely fallen in love with. And I don't think I pointed this out earlier. Do you see like the walruses all on the outside? Such a cool building. So I've got about an hour until a buddy comes and picks me up. We're gonna go to a local bar called, I think it's the Roanoke. We're gonna watch the Mariners play. They're not here in Seattle, they're actually playing back in New York, but we're gonna watch the game on TV at a local sports bar and just kind of hang out and talk. Really good friend who now lives down here, so looking forward to a few hours of just catching up, watching some Mariners baseball while I'm still here in Seattle. And then I think he's gonna drop me off at the airport a little bit later for my flight home. I am gonna vlog my flight home because it is my first ever experience flying on Hawaiian Airlines. Some of you may know Hawaiian or Alaska Airlines bought Hawaiian Airlines, so they're in the process of merging, and so my flight home happens to be on Hawaiian, and it's on one of their, I think, Airbus. They're big, it's like 2 seats, 4 seats, 2 seats, so it's a big plane. I've never flown on it before. Very excited to see what my first Hawaiian experience is like. But before I kind of pack up my hotel stuff, I wanted to talk a little bit about Seattle. It's a city that we get a lot of questions about, just because I know a lot of you come here maybe before your cruise or after your cruise. Maybe you're coming here on vacation. And Seattle's a city that has been in the news for not all the right reasons over the last number of years. Here's what I'll say. There was a period where it made me really sad because I love this city. You guys, I really love Seattle. I've always liked coming here. I think the food's great, the culture's great. I think it's a great arts and music city. But for a while, it just felt like it was getting really rough and I wasn't enjoying my time here as much. You know, nobody wants to be afraid as they walk to dinner, right? I will say the last number of years, it seems like Seattle is getting better. I've had really great experiences here. Now, as with any big city, there are still places where might not feel totally safe. There's still neighborhoods that I wouldn't feel comfortable going to, with lots of drug issues, lots of other issues like that. So I would just say do your research if you're coming here. Of course, walking around downtown, you're going to encounter some of that, but I I don't know, I feel like it's going in the right direction. I mean, fingers crossed. That's just from my observation as somebody who visits a few times a year. But today, yesterday, the day before, walking around downtown Seattle, I don't know, I really love it. I think that like anything, that you can choose to see the good or the bad. And also, like anywhere, both exist. So there are great and beautiful parts about Seattle. There are really hard and broken parts about Seattle. For me, I just try to choose to be intentional about seeing what is beautiful here. Things like that new amazing park connecting the market area to the waterfront, like the aquarium upgrades, getting out on the water and seeing the views of the city like I did in the last video, just like sitting in the sunshine and enjoying coffee or enjoying the waterfront. I don't know, I really love this city. And I'm probably biased because I do love this city. I've been coming here for a long time. It's a city that Sherri and I at one point had talked about living in. My gosh, I don't think we could possibly afford to live in Seattle anymore. But yeah, so that would be my advice to you. If you're coming here, do your research about places to stay, neighborhoods to stay in. Look up restaurants you want to go to, coffee shops you want to go to. Put in the work to understand the city. But for me, it's a city that I love coming to and I hope to keep coming to. So again, a lot of you guys ask us about Seattle. I just wanted to take a few minutes and just kind of give you that overview. If you're coming here on a cruise or you're just coming here to experience the Emerald City of Seattle. All right, I'm all packed up. Got my carry-on and my backpack ready to go, saying goodbye to the little plush walrus here at the Arctic Club Hotel, my little bear towel animal. Whoa. I gotta say, I am in love with this hotel. But my friend is almost here to pick me up, so I'm gonna go meet him outside, and I will probably pick you guys up a little bit later when I get to the airport, because I want to show you the entire experience flying with Hawaiian Airlines. All right, friends, I have made it to SeaTac Airport now. Heading to TSA, going through pre-check, then seeing how much time we have to kill. All right, so I'm through security here at SeaTac, and I have about an hour until my flight starts to board. So I think I'm actually gonna go to an Alaska lounge, because even though I'm flying Hawaiian Airlines, because they're partners, or basically the same company now, I can use my Alaska lounge membership here in SeaTac. So that's where I'm gonna go. There are a few different Alaska lounges here at SeaTac. I am in the one near the, I think the decon course. Looks like we've got Ivar's clam chowder. I'm not mad about that. And we've got the mac and cheese and the pulled pork. Oh yeah. Over here we've got some sandwiches, salads. You guys already know my approach in the lounge. Mac and cheese on the bottom, pulled pork on the top. All right, my time in the lounge has come to an end. Time to head to my gate. Grab a couple cookies for the walk over to my gate. Now, because I'm flying on Hawaiian, I'm actually flying out of the S terminal. Normally with Alaska Airlines, it's normally D, C, or N. I'm going over to S. So a lot of times the S terminal is where international flights fly out of. In fact, when Sherri and I flew to Paris, we flew out of the S terminal. All right, here we go, heading down the jetway to the plane. I am in seat 11A. Okay, so 11A is the bulkhead up front, and you guys, I'm so bummed because I can see like the first class, and they are the lie flat seats. Dang it. So it's 242, so it is a big plane. Screen right in front of me. Okay, they actually have an airline magazine. I didn't even think these were a thing anymore. I kind of love it. Okay, this is really cool. It's got a screen that like folds up and goes down there. Love that. Alright, so I am editing the Seattle Day 1 video you guys have probably already seen, but I gotta show you something I'm so excited about. They have, I don't think it's gonna show up because it's dark, they have Pog Juice, Passion Orange Guava, one of my all-time favorite juices on this plane. I just came around with food for purchase, and I purchased the Made in Hawaiian box. Look look how good that looks, like Hawaiian style chocolate caramel corn. They got a few different snacks in there. I am not mad about this. Well, friends, I have officially made it home to Alaska. Let me get to the Jeep, and I will tell you all about my first experience on Hawaiian Airlines. So the flight was really good, actually. It was a little bit weird at first because it was, I think as I told you, it's like 2 seats, 4 seats, 2 seats. So big plane. Where I was seated was up in like premium class, not first class or business class. And there's like what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seats across. So it was on the side of the 2, I had the window, empty seat next to me. The whole row of 4 in the middle was empty, and then there was like, I think, an empty seat on the other side. And so I thought, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna get like a whole row to myself. And then a guy came and sat right next to me. He said he wanted to be upgraded, and so they put him in premium class, but not in like the row of 4 where it was like empty. They sat him next to me. I thought that was a little bit strange. And so basically what I did was I just, as soon as we hit 10,000 feet, I got up, I grabbed my bag, and I just moved to the row of 4. So I had like the whole row of 4 to myself the whole flight, which was amazing. I edited a vlog. You guys, they have Starlink internet on the plane, and it was faster than the internet we have at home. So I got the vlog, the Seattle day 1 video, not just edited, but uploaded from the plane. That does not ever happen. And it was free. That was amazing. For snacks, they had like I think I showed you, I got the Made in Hawaii box, which was awesome. They had Paga juice, so passion orange guava. I got 2 cans of those on the flight. So good. The service was really nice. I don't know. I just thought it was a really good experience. I had a great first experience with Hawaiian. I would fly them again, especially because they are, well, basically the same as Alaska Airlines now. I get all of my miles and perks and stuff, which I love. So anyway, friends, that is where I'm going to end the vlog because I am back home. Thanks for hanging out with me on Seattle video number 2. What a cool day. Just like exploring the market, getting coffee, going to check out the aquarium. I got to tell you, I didn't vlog it, but the time I got to spend with my friend today, it was probably 3 hours, and it was just good for the soul. So I'm glad to be home, but I'm really glad I took the time. In fact, I've had some like self-realization of stuff on this trip that I'm really excited about. Maybe we'll talk about it in a podcast soon for the LeggLife podcast, because there's some things I think I learned about myself on this trip that I think are really important. So I'll process those with Sherri. Anyway, a successful trip. Friends, I love you. It is 1 a.m. and I have my first meeting in like 7.5 hours. I'm going home. Good night, friends. We love you.